Show Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
This is Triciejay coming to you live. And on today's podcast, hey, who got an update? We do, okay? So we just gonna get right into it. We're talking about Big Brother Canada today. Big Brother Canada today. I can't talk. And I'm not gonna keep you here all day. We're gonna get a quick recap of the digital dailies because who got time to watch 3-4 hours of digital dailies? I do. So you don't have to. So let's get right into it. First of all, when we open up the daily for today, Spicy and Anthony are chatting in the HOH room, and Anthony right off the bat says Janine has to be one of the noms. She's running around the house. She's has her hand in so many alliances she's trying to create, and the number one priority in Anthony's I guess tasks is to dismantle this girl's alliance. And of course, with Spicy V relaying that information, he knows for sure she's the one that has started this. So of course, Spicy is like, cool. And so then the conversation comes up where who is going to be the pawn next to her. And of course, there's only a certain amount of people that can be nominated. Todd, Kayla, Avery, or Tola. Those are the only nominees because you guys remember we are doing the entourage. And Spicy V's entourage, Anthony's entourage is safe. So Spicy V's is under, could be one of the nominees to go up. Dougie says, I'm going to go back and forth and call him Anthony. I'm going to call him Dougie. I'm going to call him Poutine Poppy. One of them, okay? I call him so many. I go through all his nicknames throughout this pod. But he says to Spicy V, I'm going to do the same thing with her, Spicy V, Victoria Spicy V. But he says to her that he has to put up 2 girls because right now the guys trust him and they need to keep that trust. It's so early on. And especially with this girl alliance, everybody's talking about it around the house. It just only makes sense. And Spicy V, what does Spicy V do? Spicy V agrees. Okay. Spicy has concerns about Matt. So she says, I'm worried that if Matt wins HOH next week, that he'll put me up. What she doesn't necessarily know that Anthony and Matthew do have a pretty good relationship. And Anthony says, no, I'm not going to let that happen. If that happens, I'm straight up threatening him. Okay, because just remember, if you make this happen next week, if you put Spicy V on the block, just remember you can't win HOH next week. And so she's like, okay, cool. So then the conversation moves to Anthony going to go speak with Avery. He goes, lays the compliment. You're great. You're awesome. And remember, we've already had the conversation with Anthony, Dougie, Kayla, and Spicy V. They want to solidify something. So Avery is, as of right now, is who Anthony wants to use as a pawn. Surprisingly enough, Avery is just like, okay, like I get it. I understand, I want to work with you and I want to really solidify this thing between us 3, which they don't have a name yet. So I'm willing to do this, but just know if I do, I'm going for that veto. And he's like, of course, I respect nothing less. He showers with, he's like, out of everybody on that side, I trust you the most out of everybody. So it only makes sense. If you trust her so much, you trust her to go on the block and possibly go home. But that's another story for another day. So he basically, she says like, so should I act surprised? He's like, yeah, just, I'm gonna actually tell Janine. So she's gonna know that she's going up. And, so just, I guess, keep it quiet until, whatever. But, these girls in the house, she read off and they tell everybody, right? So, Avery and Spicy V end up chatting and Spicy does what Spicy does. She's acting. Of course, she was the first one to know that Avery was going on the block. And remember, Avery and Spicy, they have a alliance together, and it's called the Havoc Hotties. So, of course, she says, Avery says, Anthony told me that I'm going to go up as a pony. Shocked. And she, yeah, Spicy V has been acting all day. She has been in her acting bag. She tells Spicy V, he's like, it's okay, because we're working together. I want to solidify something. And she says to Spicy, she's like, I just want you to know, like, I'm gonna go for that veto and I'm gonna gun for it. And I told him, like, if I win the veto, you just gotta understand, like, I'm using it, which, at least she got some kind of sense. But she basically says that in the first HOH comp that she actually threw it. She says now, which I understand, I give her some respect because, a lot of people be like, I threw that comp. And a lot of times they was lying. But she did say, she's like, I did throw the comp now. She's like, I don't know if I could have lasted much longer, but I could have lasted longer. And I decided to fall because I didn't want everybody to know how strong I am. She says, I'm really good at puzzles. I'm really good at seeing things that other people don't see. So going forward, that might definitely be a help for them in the long run for their alliance. So then what does Avery do? Now Avery switches over and Byyyeee comes into the room and she tells her, hey, I'm going up as a pawn. What? Everybody's all shocked. Of course, Avery told Spicy V, who's still sitting there, that they already know, what's going on or whatever, but Byyyeee is shocked and all this other stuff, right? Spicy and Byyyeee chat, and Byyyeee said she's saving Avery over Janine if it comes down to them two being on a block, and that Janine has been running her mouth a lot, and that there are already a couple girls in the alliance that they have, which, the girls alliance is called Big Sisters, and they're already saying that Janine might be a problem later on. So then we get to the conversation where Anthony is finally telling Janine that she's going on a block. She said, people have been saying that you have been saying my name, and I was told that you were the head of pushing the Girls Alliance. And somebody asked, how do you feel about that? And your response was, it doesn't matter how I feel because he won't be here much longer. And Janine is just like, I ain't say that. Now, I don't know if she said that, but some of that stuff she did say, I believe it. But there was a conversation earlier in the dailies from yesterday that she did express, like, if there was a guy she was going to think about working with, it was Dougie. He's like, she wanted to work with all the girls and then Dougie. So, I mean, who knows? Because things change within the course of a day. So she probably did say it, but she basically denies everything. She said, I've never said that. She asked Anthony, can you give me some names? He says, I can't say no names. I'm not gonna give you any names. So this is where we are. And she says, okay, well, I have to say, like, I didn't say that. And in so many words, she does confirm that there is a Girls Alliance. She doesn't come right out and say, yes, Anthony, there is a Girls Alliance that I started, but she basically confirmed this. But of course, we already know Spicy V is running back and saying all the information. So we already know that he knows that this is true. Next up, I hate that, like, I'm rolling them out like this because this is literally how the dailies go. Like, it's an ad and then it's like next scene. So now he's in the room, in the HR room, talking to Kayla. Basically runs down most of what he told Spicy V and Kayla. Spicy V and Avery, like, hey, Janine is going up. She's been saying my name. He did tell Kayla, as I'm talking in these conversations, nobody mentioned your name, which is good. And she is like, hey, wherever your vote needs to go, I understand that. Janine really has been in a lot of conversations, and she definitely is, ahead of that alliance for sure. Let's see. Now we get to Janine and Spicy V chatting. Of course, Janine goes to Spicy V. And notice Spicy V is the run back to quite a lot of people. That's something to watch, So as many people that have been saying, like, we got to get out Spicy V, we got to get out Anthony, they sure are working with them hard, okay? But Janine goes to Spicy V and tells her, like, hey, Anthony's putting me up. What does Spicy V do? she shocked once again. So she goes and says, he told me that people have said that I've been saying his name and blah, 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 running everything back that he says. And she says, well, I guess I did confirm that there's a girl line. Spicy B goes, well, maybe you shouldn't tell people that, because when it's time for you to get votes, you're probably not going to get the girls' votes if they know that you've been blabbing about the alliance. She's like, oh, yeah. I'm saying, come on, super fan. Come on, deny, deny, deny. The only proof you really got is when somebody leaves the house and they watch the show back. Like, deny, deny, deny. So let's see. V says she's going to try and get Anthony to put up Tola. Tola has the girls. Let me tell you, if any of the girls win, Tola is going up on the block regardless. The women do not like Tola at all. Okay. Janine pretty much makes her rounds around the house, letting the girls know. She was talking to Byyyeee. So as of right now, everybody, all the women that know that she's going up is Spicy V, of course, Avery, Byyyeee. She then has a conversation with, Byyyeee and Donna and Janine. They're sitting and they're talking, and she tells them, of course, they're going up. And then this is when Tola gets brought up. We have no idea what is going on in this house, because the dailies they're all over the place, honestly. But in this conversation, they're talking about Tola, about how he called Donna a thirst trap. So of course Donna's not liking him. Byyyeee said somebody asked him why he wasn't wearing his wedding ring, and he says that does your wife, does that make her upset? And his response was, she ain't got no choice. And so of course Byyyeee is the proest of pros of women in this house, so she is not liking him. So if you have to pick one person that absolutely hates Tola, it's definitely her. And then this is right back to where I say the feeds, we don't have any feeds. The digital dailies really just aren't making sense, because then we come back and Byyyeee is in the bed and she's crying. Why is she crying? I don't know, because, the context is gone. We can't watch 2 hours of feeds to realize, and piece conversations together. But whatever happened, something happened with Tola. Janine comes in to console her. And she's upset about something. So apparently some kind of comp or something happened. Janine kind of looks like she's a mess. She's about to go get in the shower. Something happens, as you guys can see my thumbnail. Something happened to her shoulder. What happened to her shoulder? Of course, we don't know. Why is she really crying? We don't know. I don't know if they're going to give us another recap today, because it's about 6 p.m. my time, 7 their time. So they might drop at least one more today. I don't know if they're going to do just one digital daily a day. But if not, I'll be back tomorrow if the digital dailies are interesting, and give you just a quick recap so you don't have to waste 2 hours of your time. So if you guys haven't, turn on your notification bell, follow us on Twitter at AWAGBT, follow us on Instagram at the same handle, and subscribe, all of that, because who wants to waste their time and watching 3 to 4 or 5 hour dailies when I can do it for you? All right, y'all. Till next time. Bye.